Skinny Hardaway 7T, back with another EP. Y'all do your boy a favor, y'all smash that like button for your boy. If this your first time, do your boy a solid. Don't make it your last time. Hit that subscription button as well. We talk this good boxing and sports every single day, not just today. With this EP here, I'm here to bring you Richardson Hitchins versus Jose Zepeda. Richardson Hitchins is 16-0 with 7 KOs. Jose Zepeda is 37-3 with 28 KOs. The young prospect Richardson Hitchins is stepping up against Jose Zepeda in what would be considered the biggest fight of his career. He's faced off against John Bowser in his last fight, Yomar Alamo, and also Kevin Johnson, just to name a few. The seasoned veteran Jose Zepeda faced off against Naraya Goyant in his last fight, in which he won pretty easily. But seasoned veteran has faced off against Regis Prograis, Jose Vargas, Francisco Perez, Hank Lundy, Ivan Barachuk, Jose Pedraza, Jose Carlos Ramirez, just to name a few. So Jose Zepeda, has had a walk around the park or two. You know what I mean? In this fight, I'd say you have a clash of styles. You've got the pure boxing punching style of Richardson Hitchins, and then you got the brawler kind of boxer punching style of Jose Zepeda. Both these guys are educated in what they do. Historically, right, you would consider Richardson Hitchins a pure boxer, but as of late, Richardson Hitchins has been looking impressive, and he's come really, really close to stopping his last few opponents. Jose Zepeda is what you would call a TKO machine. He has 37 fights and 28 knockouts, right? That means over half of his fights, over 60% of his fights are ending in stoppage or KO. But he's not a guy who depends on the stoppage or the KO. He does possess boxing skills, although, his preference is to go in there, fight, and get a guy up out of there. Historically, Richardson Hitchins' problem was that if you force him to fight, you could make him uncomfortable, and you could take him into deep waters, and you could, have your best shot of beating him. Now, he still remains undefeated, so nobody has beat him yet. But that has been the game plan, throughout his career so far. But in his last couple of fights, Richardson Hitchins looks like he's filled out into his body. He's filled out into the division, and he's grown into what you would call, his man body. Like, his physique is finally catching up to his ability. And in his last two fights, there were opportunities there where he very well could have stopped his opponent. Like, the referee could have been justified in the stoppage of Richardson Hitchins, opponents over the course of their fight. But the opponent ended up making it through the fight, right? But if anybody watched that fight and you're comparing Richardson Hitchins to, what he used to be, you can see that Richardson Hitchins physically is, on a much higher level than he was at first, right? In this fight, I think it would behoove Richardson Hitchins to, and I know I probably butchered his name. I'm going to say his name right. I'm going to say his name wrong. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Richardson Hitchins, right? In this fight, Richardson Hitchins, it would behoove him to, keep this more of a clean fight than a dirty fight. You know what I mean? Use his range, use his length, use his boxing ability. He's the taller, bigger, rangier fighter in this fight versus Jose Zepeda. You got Richardson Hitchins with a 74-inch arm reach, 5'10", and then you got Jose Zepeda, who has a 70-inch arm reach and who's 5'8". So you got Richardson Hitchins, who has a 4-inch arm reach advantage and who would be considered the bigger guy versus Jose Zepeda. So I think it will behoove him to use his range in this fight and his counter punching, like he traditionally does. That if I'm Jose Zepeda, if he wants to see success in this fight, he wants to make this fight more of a ugly, more of a physical kind of fight, right? not where he loses his defensive what's the word I'm looking for? Not where Jose Zepeda loses his defensive awareness, but he wants to make it a rough fight so he could keep Richardson Hitchins off balance and not let him get comfortable and in the groove in this fight. Because if you let Richardson Hitchins get in the groove, it could be a long night for you. But Jose Zepeda, I think he wants in this fight, it will behoove him to get on the inside, mix up, the inside fighting, with a bit of the mid-range fighting. Make sure that you keep Richardson Hitchins off balance. Richardson Hitchins has a good jab, but so does Jose Zepeda. What Jose Zepeda can't do is get caught up in following Richardson Hitchins around the ring. He wants to cut the ring off on him and make him fight. Now the thing with Richardson Hitchins as of late, when you make him fight, now he's not that young 21-year-old, 22-year-old, right, where you make him fight, it get rough for him, and then you can move him around and push him off his block. He's filled out into his size, and now when guys are trying to press him, they're trying to make it a physical fight. Richardson Hitchens is there, and now he's bringing the hurt, and he's starting to hurt those guys. He's bringing the hurt, right, and he's starting to hurt those guys himself. You know what I mean? So you can't just go in there and you can't just try to bully Richardson Hitchens. You can't just try to go in there. You can't just try to bully Richardson Hitchens and outman him anymore, because Richardson Hitchens is now, a man also in that ring. In this fight, like I mentioned earlier, Richardson Hitchens is more of a per boxer, but as of late, he's kind of turning and growing into a boxer puncher. And I think that's dangerous for, his opponents, because I think, him being 24 years old, 25 years old, the older he gets, I do think he's going to start to stack some of these knockouts. You see 16 fights, 7 KOs. I do see this number, increasing. And no, I'm not going to predict that he's going to stop Jose Zepeda, although I don't think it's outside of the realm. I think it's possible. But Jose Zepeda is a tough opponent. I seen him get up off the ground multiple times and continue on and win fights. So I'm not going to predict Richardson Hitchens to stop him. But if Richardson Hitchens does stop Jose Zepeda, I wouldn't be surprised. I am predicting Richardson Hitchens to win a close, split decision, hard-fought fight against the veteran Jose Zepeda. I think it's going to be the toughest fight of Richardson Hitchens' career. I think he's going to have to dig down for it. But that's all I got. Richardson Hitchens, split decision win over Jose Zepeda. It's getting harder way Southern T. This ain't the past. This ain't the future. But this the present. That's how we rocking. And I'm out. Love.